Musiala cleared away off the line. Ozil, 2-0 Germany. Quarterfinals, Germany. And there is no way back for Algeria now.
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing play. As you can see, this was the road to the 2014 World Cup, which Germany ended up winning. And as part of that help, as a part of that process, there was one man named Mesut Ozil who was a part of this. If you zoom into this photo and just enhance a couple times, all the way in the corner you can see him. Now, recently, Germany's been in the news because of the fact that they decided to kind of speak out against Qatar and speak out against anti-LGBT support at the World Cup. I don't know. They basically covered their mouths and made somewhat of a political statement saying that you're not allowed to have free speech while you're at Qatar. Ironically enough, they then went on to lose to Japan, who was the underdog, so didn't really work out with that one, but it is what it is. And some people actually did speak out against this. They said that, you know, you're here to play a sport, you're not here to make political opinions. And in general, people didn't really like what Germany did. They thought it was a little bit corny. And for me personally, I think that with a lot of Western media, with a lot of Western things, they just like doing things when it's convenient. You know, think about BLM. It's something that companies support. They think it's great. There's nothing wrong with supporting it. But if you go back in time when BLM first started, when Colin Kaepernick first took that knee, you saw the real reaction. You saw how they really acted, how they really felt. And now they go along with it so they can sell you different things and advertise properly. Similar with this LGBT issue, they don't care. They just think it's really cool to put on rainbow flags and get a bunch of social credit points for talking smack. Now, here's the thing. You know, fair enough. Maybe these people have certain ideologies. Maybe they don't. But for Germany, it's absolutely rich with irony and absolutely rich with hypocrisy. Now, first of all, let me just say I would like to give some evil eye to Germany. They're currently in the bottom of their group stage in the World Cup. They may get eliminated from the group stage if they lose to Costa Rica, or if by some miracle Spain somehow loses to Japan. I hope one of those two things happen. I want Spain and someone else to go on. Germany needs to be eliminated. Germany deserves to lose the World Cup because Germany has the gall to pretend like they care about social issues, to pretend like they care about other individuals, when Germany itself is one of the most racist, hegemonic states that was so racist and such pieces of garbage, they actually ostracized one of their own players by the man by the name of Mesut Ozil. He's basically a Turkish immigrant. He grew up in Germany. He played there. He helped win the 2014 World Cup. But then, when they didn't make it in 2018, when people were upset, all of a sudden, your boy Mesut Ozil became the scapegoat for Germany's L. Oh, it's his fault. Ozil's fault. It's not our fault, guys. It's Ozil's fault. Why? Because, you know, Ozil's going around. He's taking pictures with Erdogan. For some reason, he thinks he's cool. He thinks he's a real nice guy to just be associating with all these Arab individuals and all these different individuals that we obviously don't support, guys. I mean, Erdogan's a piece of garbage. And because of that, Ozil actually quit the 2018 team. He gave up on Germany. He no longer is playing with Germany. He's not even on the team at the moment. And it's all because of the fact that his own team, as well as German people, treated him like such garbage. But this isn't anything new for football, right? Germany is just part of the larger problem, because not only does Mesut Ozil get outcasted by his own team, he also was kicked off of Arsenal because he made the big mistake of actually speaking up against Chinese tyrannism. If you don't know, China, not exactly the best country when it comes to religious freedom. When it comes to Muslims, Christian, Jews, anything that does not involve Xi Jinping, China doesn't like it. And in 2019, Mesut Ozil made a statement basically saying he doesn't support concentration camps of Uyghurs. He doesn't support mass extinction of people. You know, like how people say that they think the Holocaust is bad, but if you were to go back in time, they probably would have kept quiet about that as well. See, the theme here is that about social change or social issues, these people like Germany, football clubs, these larger individuals, they don't care. Even now, when people try to pretend and say that, oh my God, look at the injustice that's happening in Qatar. Why don't you talk about the injustice that's happening in China with Uyghur concentration camps, where there's people being bound right now and put into camps because of their ethnicity or religious beliefs? Why don't you talk about the Congo right now being overworked and underpaid by Chinese coal mines? China's in a lot of these places, not just Chinese people, it's just China. You know, they have a lot of hands in a lot of things. But when it comes to Arsenal, they basically kicked Ozil to the curb because he made the mistake of speaking up against the Chinese overlords. He said, you know what, I don't support Uyghur children going to concentration camps. I don't support this in general. And because of that, Arsenal's like, whoa, 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 we're seeing our Chinese money disappear. We need to get rid of this guy. They actually distanced themselves from Ozil. And then eventually when his contract ran out, they kicked him out. Because that's what you are to a football club, to the West, to any big corporation. You're just some piece of the business puzzle. You're just some part of it. If you're not making money, if you're not saying what the lords of the club want to hear, you're out, you're done, you're kicked, you're cooked, you're destroyed. And this is no different. Between Arsenal or Germany, it's both the same thing. They kicked out Ozil. They don't want to deal with him. They think that him actually speaking up against injustices that actually don't matter to the West, because Uyghur concentration camps, irrelevant, no one cares. You're going to have an easier time convincing people to find Palestine on a map, never mind talk about Uyghur concentration camps. But meanwhile, Germany covers their mouths. They pretend to care about certain issues that just so coincidentally, so conveniently, a lot of the Western world cares about, and you don't get a lot of flack for. I hope Germany loses. They deserve to lose. They don't have Ozil. They don't have any energy behind them. I hope they blow another underdog supposed win. I hope Costa Rica destroys Germany. But if that doesn't happen, I'm sure they're going to get destroyed in the 16 bracket. Germany, you're disgusting. You need to start letting more Syrian refugees play in your game because you stink. Muller, your head is gigantic. And Rodriguez is the only good player on that team right now as far as I'm concerned. Germany, you're terrible. You stink. Go woke, go broke, except you're not even woke. You're just a virtue signaling piece of garbage. Bye-bye, Germany. Say bye-bye.
This is almost certainly over northern China, over Xinjiang. Can you tell us what is happening here?
I cannot see.
At the end of every single video, make sure you ask people to rate and subscribe to your content. It makes them feel like they're involved even though they're really not. And most importantly, make sure they comment on every single video. If you have to, disguise it. You know, call it something like the question of the day. And really make them think you're gonna really read it when you really don't have to. Ha ha ha!